Our entire empire is built on imperishable permanence.
We've got a genetic dynasty that's lost its source genetic code. So in 138 years, perhaps they found. Here's what my bold prediction would be: Dusk, they realized, is the last perfect copy, and so they've been doing life extension treatments on him. So they can't clone him, right? And they can't clone the original. So they've been extending his life as far as possible.
Why couldn't you?
Why can't they clone?
Why can't they clone a clone?
Well, I guess
If
they could.
he is a perfect copy, then couldn't they restart from him?
So my thinking is, the maiden wipes out that day and wipes out that Dusk, like just flat out fucking kills him, and that there is another stash somewhere
of a perfect
genetic
copy?
material of Cleon, because in the entire Imperium, the two people that were kind of at the start, Cleon the First and the Maiden, the robot. And I believe, like, when we refer to them or the overseer of everything, it's her. So I believe she knows of another batch or another whatever. Because if you're Cleon and you're creating this genetic utopia, right, where it'll be your clones forever and ever and ever and ever.
Must have backups.
You have to have backups. It's beyond stupid to like have one singular location.
How many backups for your computer do you have, Ravi?
Currently, I have 4 that I can disclose.
Oh, dang. Wow.
I have 0.
Yeah, you have 0.
But I'm not a tech nerd like you
I
guys.
have just one.
Hey,
And it sort of exists.
So you do have a backup then?
I have a cloud backup. But,
I have a backup too.
Most people don't back up their stuff.
No.
Why would we believe that, like, the privileged Day and Dusk or think Cleon's like, oh, I should back this up? No, he's egotistical enough to create a genetic dynasty. He's
Off of one.
Yeah. He's like, I don't need a backup. I'm perfect.
That he had triumphed over death itself and would live forever.
Yeah. I guess we didn't quite get enough information that I can remember or recall in this season for, like, how the cloning from the source genetic material works.
Do you remember that DNA like animation video from Jurassic Park?
I'm Mr. DNA.
A DNA strand like me is a blueprint for building a living thing.
Just apply that. Just apply that. Probably works the same way.
Well, that being said, I still think for whatever reason they haven't been able to use Dusk's. But also he's old, right? So he wouldn't be a very good. Maybe his material wouldn't be a. Yeah, he's still Cleon, but as you age, your DNA gets damaged. It's called free radicals and stuff.
Isn't the first Cleon is old and they're cloning from him?
Yeah, but I would assume that maybe whatever they were cloning from is from maybe a better time of his life. I always thought that thing
better time of his life.
Yeah,
like
I thought they were just sort of like,
right?
you know, like at one of those like Euro places. I thought they were just sort of like scraping off some DNA of the original every once in a while. Like under those robes is just like one of those like rotisserie.
Oh man, you got like a lung here?
Yeah,
just take some of that.
just like scrape it off for the new dawn.
Yeah, for an empire that has like nanotechnology, they are really behind on that cloning. No, but yeah. So I'm my random prediction. I don't know all the details, but they're forced to extend the life of this Dusk, and he's now a mad king. He's even more crazy than before, and things are going horribly wrong.
Yeah,
over in that their empire.
No, I think the dynasty is already done by the time 138 years has happened, and we'll see what the leftover is. Maybe Lee Pace is playing an emperor clone that has escaped, or like they've lost control. So yeah, maybe Lee Pace is in it, I guess. But the reason I didn't think Lee Pace would be in it is because I was going to say my bold prediction is that the empire has crumbled, and
the foundation won already.
I don't think because each generation is going to have to face a crisis, and it doesn't have to all. I mean, like the foundation isn't about. I mean, I know Harry's saying right now I guess a part of my bold prediction is that Harry's not necessarily just about taking down the empire. Taking down the empire is the first step, and then once they do that, their whole mission is to preserve humanity. And humanity, as we know, and as I'm sure Asimov was trying to get at, is dangerous to itself. and will always find ways to try and destroy itself. So the Foundation's job is never done, and season 2 will be a different type of adversary that's not Empire. I hope we get to see what the last of CLEONS' clones are going through. I'd like
Hardcore therapy sessions. And then what I'd like to see, so I did a little bit of research on the mule, which shows up in the second book. The mule's like some kind of genetic thing that can like psychologically or like use psychic powers to like fuck things up, and is kind of a ruthless dickhead. So it's like a third party is going to kind of enter the battlefield. So I'd like to kind of see that as opposed to just another like, the Empire's bad, we should all work together. Fuck the Empire.
Want to see a rogue?
I want to see like a rogue, yeah, which I think would be kind of cool.